Student forced to pray despite not believing the faith. At a religious-affiliated university, we have a major class a few years back. My good friend who is an atheist does not believe in any religion was forced by our very religious professor to lead a prayer in class. Despite his protests of not wanting to lead the prayer, the teacher insisted that he should lead. He reluctantly went in front of the class and spoke a sentence in fluent Arabic. He is a multilingual student, in which we all thought he might be praying in Arabic. Once he was done, the class continued. After class, out of curiosity, I asked him what he said. He casually mentioned that he said slurs in Arabic since no one will understand it anyway. What is funnier is that he was also forced to lead a prayer in his theology class. Since our school is religious affiliated, he also did the same thing to his theology professor. Additional information: I haven't asked him why he'd enroll there, but the school accepts students regardless of their religious affiliation. Not all instructors in our department and even in the other departments force us to pray. Hee, I like his style. Theology classes are still a part of the German school curriculum. You can opt out, but will have to take ethics classes in return. It may have changed now, but that's how it was back when I was in school there. Up until 2009 or so. I appreciate the MC in this, but I don't understand why you would apply to enroll and attend a faith-based university with mandatory theology classes if you don't believe in any religion. It feels like you're setting yourself up for uncomfortable and confrontational situations like this. Dear Satan, who is our God? Okay. You don't have to lead a prayer. As a Christian, I can say this is very rude and not appropriate. Whether you know if someone else is a Christian or not, you don't force people to pray. That completely defeats the whole purpose of praying, since it's supposed to be a voluntarily conversation with God. I wondered if he would start a prayer to whatever religious entity the professor was against after all. If the professor believes that forced prayer is desirable, then make the professor do it too. I assume that following this religion was not a requirement for being accepted as a student. If the professors are violating policy, they need to be reported. My cousin and I were forced to pray over dinner when we were younger. We became atheist very quickly after having religion shoved down our throats. Our prayer for dinner was rub-a-dub-dub, thanks for the grub, ye God. And we were rarely asked after we did that during a very large Christmas dinner with family and family friends. Our pasta, who art in a colander, draining be your noodles. Thy noodle come, thy sauce be yum, on top some grated Parmesan. Give us this day our garlic bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trample on our lawns. And lead us not into vegetarianism, but deliver us some pizza. For thine is the meatball, the onion, and the bay leaves, forever and ever. Amen. For Christianity, when I was used to ask to pray and they wouldn't take no, my favorite is to pray that God impart the wisdom of Matthew chapter 5 verses 5 to 6. I can't quote it these days, but it's about praying in private. Edit 16 should have been 5 to 6. Memory a little foggy since I don't really need it these days. If you don't believe in the faith the school is affiliated with, then why are you going to it? Any religious person, or non-religious, for that matter, worth their salt knows you should never force your beliefs on anyone else like that. Out of curiosity, why did he opt to attend a school like that? It's only one step away from actually asking for trouble in writing. Personally, I think all religions are, at best, kind of silly, which is why I'm agnostic. But I also appreciate the fact that religion means a lot to some people. regardless of the circumstances that led your friend to attend that school. Cost, quality of education, location, etc. The least he could have done is be respectful of others. If I was in his situation, my personal attitude towards religion wouldn't change, but I would have respected my classmates' beliefs. My aunt is super religious Christian and tried to force me to say grace before last Thanksgiving dinner. I told her I'm Hellenic polytheistic, so I'll pray, but you sure won't like who I'm praying to, and now I'm permanently exempted from saying grace. Grin. My ex went to a Catholic university, but I don't think she had to pray. And she went because it's a pretty good school to get a degree from. Isn't forcing someone to pray a violation of freedom of religion? I'd pray to Freya, she's the best. Forced to pray at a religious university. Oh, the horror. Why would someone choose a religious school if they don't want to participate in religious activities? There are plenty of excellent non-religious schools. Edit. I wouldn't, and didn't. Here's a suggestion: if you're an atheist, don't go to a religiously affiliated university. How is this malicious compliance? It's just subtle deceptive malice. If he didn't actually say a prayer, he didn't really comply. He shouldn't have been ordered to do it, but he didn't anyway. Not compliance.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.